This is the rawest and the realest WMMA podcast on the planet. This is Savage WMMAFaN podcast episode number 8. Let's go. I had to start this off with a little bit of lo-fi music by one of my favorite creators, Roberto Black. Yeah, get in the mood for this shit. All right, and just like Roberto Blake would say, question of the day. Is Rose Namajunas, this should be the question of the last 2 fucking weeks, is Rose Namajunas versus Weili Zhang still on? Well, what do you think, motherfuckers? Do you think the fight is still on? Clearly this fight is still on. Clearly they're still trying to make this fucking fight. But you got so many, internet surfing idiots, excuse my language, who, they're very reactive to shit, They're like roaches once you turn the fucking light on and shit. They just, whoa, she ducking. She ain't fucking ducking. She's trying to negotiate with a fucking bullhead fucking promoter, or should I say a bullhead controlling promotion called the UFC. Now, what's funny about this shit is that the Lions Den women's mixed martial arts community has been right on all fronts. Rose wasn't ducking. Rose was preparing for the fight. Dana White was trying to figure out how to get a fight in Asia so he can make some motherfucking money off this fucking fight, okay? And I'm not worried about the Cookie Monster. You may be worried about the Cookie Monster. I'm not worried about the Cookie Monster, okay? All she's going to do is go out there to Shanghai or Aquanan. No, excuse my mispronunciation. But any random Asian fucking city or territory, she going to go and get her ass whooped by Weili Zhang. So I'm not even worried about it if she does get the fight, though I don't think she deserves it, and I really don't want to fucking see it. And Dana don't want to see that shit. That's why he's going to do whatever he can to make this motherfucking fight happen. This is the fight to make. This is the fight of the year, as far as I'm concerned, in the strawweight division. And yeah, Thug Rose all fucking day. Mind over matter, A lot of people, been saying some side outside of their motherfucking lip shit about Rose, and she just want to be a fucking farmer or whatever. Yeah, she can be a farmer. She can be a farmer birthing ass whoopings for everybody in that motherfucking division. Yeah, it's a tough division, But that shit don't mean nothing, man. Don't mean nothing to Thug Rose Namajunas nor her motherfucking fans. So any fucking way, this fight is going to happen, and I'm telling you, updates galore. Every time you look up, there's an update about this fight getting closer and closer. So they're getting ready to seal the deal. And, in a couple weeks, I'll just be looking back at you like, hey, I told you, motherfucker. I told you, Coach told you, everybody fucking told you. Combo Breaker 99 told you. Rose ain't trying to duck no motherfucking body. You heard? So, since I started off with my most anticipated WMMA fight of 2021, I figured I'd mention a few others, a few honorable mentions. And let's start off with Juliana Pena versus Sarah McMahon. The main reason I want to see this fight, y'all, is I want to see Pena bounce back and get in that title contention because, as you know, GDR was beating GDR, and in the last second, GDR put on a nasty fucking. Oh my God! Just, just, just a nasty guillotine choke that put Juliana Pena's motherfucking lights out, and that was unfortunate. And now she's getting this reputation for making these mistakes, and she's made some mistakes in some big fights. But people just be thinking that just anybody can whoop her ass now every time she suffers a loss. It ain't been that loss. Her record isn't that terrible. And again, she's been fighting top competition over the years. Okay, I can't say that for a lot of fucking fighters. So Sarah McMahon is like 400 in WMMA years, okay? I mean, she's a tough wrestler. Man, she's not much of a striker. I know Juliana is not that, but she looked good against GDR. So my mindset would have to be that she can outstrike Sarah McMahon, that she can hang with Sarah McMahon, and I think she can get Sarah McMahon out of there. So that's one. And Juliana Vasquez versus Denise Kilhouse for the flyweight Bellator title. This is going to be a fun fight. This is not going to be a hold'em and dragon type fight like that last fight that she had. But with fucking shit, she'd had the fucking title, not in all, but fucking forgot who the fuck she was. The Hawaiian girl. Sorry, BJ. But you know what I'm saying? Like, that was just such a fucking I mean, clearly, Juliana won, but it just, oh God, I don't know what was going on. I was really looking for a finish in that fight, but I think in this fight with Denise Kilhouse, you're going to have to finish her, Slim. You're going to have to do something because she's going to keep coming at you. So that's going to be a very entertaining fight. And there's probably a few others, but I'll just mention this obvious one for me, which is the Bullet versus Jessica Andrade. It's not anticipated because I think it's going to be the most competitive fight. I just want to see Jessica Andrade get shut the fuck up. I want to see her get her ass just tagged, toe tagged, and carry out in a fucking arena. Like I'm tired of this. I know what Dana's doing. He's doing the same shit he did with the Costa fight. And Costa got got rolled like a piece of shit in that fight. I mean, that motherfucker lost on like 20 different levels. Damn near lost before the fight even started. So I expect something similar like this in this Jessica Andrade versus the queen, the flyweight queen of the world, Valentina Shevchenko. Now, I want to talk real quick about something, kind of a sidebar, but I definitely want to talk about it. Fans in the stands in 2021. What do you think? Do you think it's going to happen? Do you think that they should try to implement this before, they start getting clearance? Like, in theory, it wouldn't be until the summertime, right? But my question, that's part one of the question. And the second thing is, do you prefer the no crowds? And will you miss the no crowds? Because honestly, I've kind of got used to it. Don't get me wrong. I love the crowds. But being able to hear the cracking of the bones and the slamming of the bodies and shit, I don't know. There's a euphoria there. There's something that I love about that. And, it can be quite, savage. But, hey, what are you here for? So I personally think that I'm going to miss it to a degree. I think that the fans should be back. I think it's a part of it, even though I don't always like, mixed martial arts fandoms. They kind of suck. The American version, it depends on the fight, the fighters, the crowd, just a bunch of drunk motherfuckers who want to see somebody get hit, don't give a fuck about martial arts per se. You know, sometimes the Asian crowds and the Latin crowds are better. They have their issues. You know, sometimes the Brazilian crowds can be rough, and other, Latin or Hispanic. I mean, I don't think they're bad. Actually, I think they're among the best. But I just think that the American crowd, shit, man, I don't know. But yeah, I'm ready to bring the crowds back personally, but I will miss the no crowd action. So, Savage of the week. Okay, this is going to be interesting because ain't been no motherfucking fights really to cover like that. So, I'm going to give the Savage of the week. Yeah, this will work. This will work perfect for me. For the return of Tatiana Suarez. Yes, that's my motherfucking Savage of the week, who will return later this year in the summer. Now, there's room for a lot of concern for Tatiana because we don't know, are we going to get the same Tatiana that we had before the neck injury? You know, the one that was mauling everybody and wrestling them and putting them on the ground and just beating the hell out of them, you know? It was just to the point where they were comparing her to people like Khabib, the way she was dominating these fighters on the ground. Now, I think she should do okay. It's just one of those things you would never. You don't know. You don't know until the shit happens, until she gets back, and they're trying to figure out, well, who should she fight? I don't think that's gonna be figured out until she come back. Until they're like, hey, we're looking for a fighter. We're looking for a date. We're not gonna know, but we've had some conversations on the live streams about the shit, so it's interesting. I suggested maybe she could rematch Nina just to get that motherfucking spot back she lost. I mean, I know she won. She won the fight ultimately, but Mackenzie Dern would be an interesting fight to see. Could she fight with her wrestling and beat Mackenzie Dern's jiu-jitsu, but not get caught by Mackenzie Dern's jiu-jitsu? So I don't know. We'll see. But shout out to Tatiana Suarez. You always have a home in the WMMA universe, and definitely in the Lions Den women's mixed martial arts community. And since I essentially skipped over to Savage of the Week because I didn't kind of have one, and I'm going to go back up and look at these two fights for the upcoming fight night. And I'm going to be honest with you, these are not like the two most attractive fights to me, but I was mildly interested. I'll just say a few words here, and then, you can always look up the two predictions on this channel that I made for it. All right. Wu Yan Wanan versus Jocelyn Edwards. It's pretty simple for me. If Wu Yan cannot get this fight to the ground, the fight will be over fairly shortly. She doesn't have the fighting prowess on this. She don't have the standing prowess, in my opinion. She doesn't have the boxing that Jocelyn Edwards has. I've only seen so much of both of these fighters, but it just seems like it's a striker versus grappler type fight. I'm not saying that Yanan won't stand. I just don't think she has the combination of the striking to hang with Jocelyn Edwards. I just don't. And I just think Jocelyn Edwards is giving up a little bit of size. And if she can stay off the cage, and she can stay off the ground, and she just pace herself, she can win this fight. So, I don't know. We'll see. Maybe Wu Yanan has improved, and then maybe she'll surprise me. But I'm gonna have to go with Jocelyn Edwards on that fight. And we also have Sarah Cheesecake Moores versus Vanessa Melo. Listen, Vanessa Melo is too slow. She's too slow. She has some big, thick thunder thighs. She can't pick them up off the motherfucking ground. She can't. I mean, she's giving up the reach. She's giving up the height. To me, in my opinion, she's giving up the better boxing, the better striking. I mean, and Sarah Cheesecake is Moores. Sarah Cheesecake Moores is kind of awkward, and that could actually be worse for you if you're already at some type of disadvantage. And again, I don't know what Vanessa's gonna do, but like this could be her going away party right now. Like she about to be served up some serious cheesecake ass whooping in this fight, and that's just how I feel about it. That's how I feel about it, folks. Cheesecake Moores, maybe she'll stick around, be somewhat of a motherfucking how do you say, gatekeeper from here on out. But anyway, very winnable fight for Cheesecake Moores. And closing thoughts. I'm very excited that we're back with fights. I'm very excited about where UFC is potentially going. We're going to have a lot of questions answered this year about a lot of things, a lot of divisions, Bellator, even some smaller promotions are coming up. So, yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited to be covering more fights. And I hope you're excited too. And with that said, I'll see you next week. This is the Rawest and the Realest WMMA podcast on the planet. This is Savage WMMAFaN. And I'm out.